Here is Natalie's breaststroke. So you're diving in. A little lack of flexion through those legs. You get a little bit of that leg bend going right here. Make sure you're really keeping those feet pointed. Really flex those calves and flex those quads. That way we can keep those legs nice and straight. Really good distance off that wall for your pullouts. I can see that we do want to get those arms squeezed in just a little bit more. There's a little bit of too much of a gap between those elbows. That elbow squeeze is going to give you a lot more power, and I think we're going to be able to get a lot more out of that stroke. You're really having to just kind of spin your wheels a little bit more than what I'd like to see. As you come in for your turn, you're leading your body with your head, and so you're coming into the wall and then you're kind of turning your head to the side. What we want to do is make sure you're coming straight into the wall. Just drop your head straight back, drive your knees up underneath you, and then work on coming straight back out that same line you came in with. The idea is to get as small as you can so that you can really move through that water a lot faster. Again, doing a really good job of getting some good distance off of the wall, utilizing that pull-out. Timing-wise right now looks really pretty good. As we do work on trying to adjust your arm pull, we will end up having to kind of adjust that timing. As we go for that finish, you got a really long finish, so you're going to want to make sure that as you're out here outside the flags, you're kind of adjusting your stroke. So you're either going to want to take maybe a little bit shorter pull or getting in one or two longer pulls, so then you can end up hitting that wall for full force and not having to glide in and decelerate just a little bit. But looks good, so just adjust that timing a little bit more outside the flags for a good strong finish. Nice job, Natalie.
Here we have Natalie's breaststroke underwater. See, she is coming pretty steep on that angle. I'd like to see her actually go maybe just a little bit shallower, and then she wouldn't have to come up nearly as much. That would allow her to have that straight line idea. So then she's going to be able to go from wall to wall in the fastest line possible. As we see her going through, she is lifting that head up as we're going towards the surface. Make sure to keep those eyes focused on the bottom of the pool, so then you're able to actually keep your body moving in a much faster direction. As we watch that pull, you're utilizing a lot of just your hands, and so we've got those arms bent kind of at that angle. What I would like to see is actually having, if your shoulder's about there, having those arms going straight down and going straight forward, or you can even have those elbows back and then going forward from there. The idea is we want to be able to really shoot those hands forward, and when your arms are just down as far as they are, you're then having to travel those arms back up to the surface as you're going through that recovery phase. So we want to make sure those hands are staying out in front just a little bit longer. As we look at the kick, are doing a pretty good job of getting those feet flexed out, having those knees pretty much shoulder width apart. I'd like to see them stay just a little bit closer together, because as we go through, you are kicking a little on the wide side. Make sure as we go through those turns, really drive those knees up to your chest to rotate your body from being on your stomach to on your back. Again, kind of pushing down and then having to balance out. So let's try to not go down nearly as deep. This will give us another angle of how those arms are going, and that we do have quite a bit of space in between those elbows. We need to think about really kind of tucking those up a little bit more so that we can get more power out of those arms. We need to be able to use the meaty part of your forearm so that you're going to be able to really squeeze that water to help give you enough pop to come up to breathe, as well as a little bit more momentum going forward. Nice job.